Hello everyone, how are you all? I really like to believe that you people are in the pink of your health. Being language lovers, being literature lovers, I want you to be a bit imaginative now. You just imagine the line that I'm going to say. This is plus one. Definitely, you people will get along with this very easily, and you will definitely be sitting in plus two next year. Board examination comes, you write it, and the results are now out. Imagine. And you hear that you are the district topper in English core, scoring 99 or 100. Like many other subjects, you are the district top scorer. And people come by their own, they pour down compliments upon you, you feel highly elated. A golden moment. Imagine. Imagine so. Because imagination is starting point of everything. People with no imagination reach nowhere. So you imagine to be so. Out of 100, your mark is either 99 or 100. And now I'm going to give you a small technique, a secret on how to ensure some 8% out of the 100 now. Which means we are going to have one 8 marks scoring question now. This is completely new for you because you haven't practiced it anywhere yet. So with that newness, we may begin this practice. If you understand this technique now itself, it can help you a long way even crossing your plus 2 class board examination, because it's going to be a complete helper for you in your higher studies, graduation, post graduation, so on. This is a wonderful combo of two tasks: note making and summarization. Note making and summarization. Note making 4 marks carrier, summarization again 4 marks carrier, total 8 marks. You are going to ensure that 8 out of 100 now. First understanding is the best understanding. Note making, summarization, we are going to learn now. Attend this video. Yes, your imagination faculty is strong, so your imagination continues. You completed your plus 2, you completed your graduation, you did your post graduation, and you got employed. One such fine day, when you are sitting rather idle on a holiday, one of your younger brothers, sisters, or cousins approaches you with a pure strange request. She or he has got an assignment from the school to prepare a biopic write-up on one of the very influential Indian writers, Kushwant Singh, with special reference to his relationship with his grandmother. Your cousin's brother or sis assignment is this: she or he has to prepare a biopic write-up on the famous Indian English writer Kushwant Singh. And she or he approaches you with a great strong belief that you will help him or her. You remember that somewhere, some point of time, you had also studied this Kushwant Singh, his strange relationship with his grandmother, and so on. But now, because it was almost years back, and now you have completely forgotten it. But you cannot let your sister or brother down, saying that I cannot. And your other option is to surf everything on Google, but that's tedious business. It's a boring exercise to check on Google and to find it out. But you remember that something that you studied somewhere in plus one, and the teacher had taught you something there like that, but you don't remember anything exactly. In that situation, in that situation, when you fish out of your old books, notebooks, and all, you get a small piece of paper, a rough piece of paper, like this. You get a paper paste like this. See this. Kushwant Singh and grandmother. Number one, early childhood. Childhood is abbreviated. 1.1, GM, wake him up. 1.2, GM, inaudible prayers and rosary bend silvery. 1.3, GM, prepared KS. KS stands for Kushwant Singh. 1.3.1, bathed. 1.3.2, fed. 1.3.3, packed slate and ink pen. 1.4, GM accompanied to school. 1.5, fed village dogs. Number 2, city life. 2.1, T point, because no help from GM. 2.2 GM hate city school. 2.3 sat at spinning wheel. 2.4 fed sparrows. Number 3 days abroad. 3.1 GM not sentimental. 3.2 kissed him at R station, railway station. 3.3 KS fears baseless. 3.4 GM alive at his return. 4 final days. 4.1 GM says GM sang songs and stopped prayers. 4.2 GM taken ill. 4.3 end near. 4.4 fell dead. 4.5 sparrows mourned. Will your sister, brother, or cousin understand something out of this scrap paper? Definitely not. But the question is not that. Will you be able to understand, remember, recollect something from this scrap of paper? Will you be able to? Of course, we will definitely be remember out of something because this is something that we studied somewhere, we read somewhere. Will you be able to give an explanation on this scrap of paper? Will you be able to? Yes, any length of explanation will be possible because these small pieces of information are tickling our memory power somewhere, and we are all on a sudden ready to give a small, comparatively, a small explanation on this relationship between Kushwant Singh and his grandmother. We will be able to show. Then, what made us explain things so easily now? This scrap of paper, preparing such a thing is what we call making notes, note making. A long passage is given, usually unknown, unseen. We read it and we are preparing notes on the basis of that, as we did with this chapter now. This art of preparing, keeping notes is called note making, a 4 marks carrier for you. What all things are there? One heading is there, which is the core of the whole passage, and many subtitles are there. Some 3-4 subtitles are there. Under each subtitle, there are some sub points. Sub points are also there, and just following a systematic, identical indentation. One way of numbering or bulleting is there, and we have also included some abbreviation, short forms, and all also given. With we are able to explain things making such a simple thing in the simplest way. See, no grammar proficiency is checked over. The grammatical spelling errors are not at all bothered. They are not minded over here, and we are not in a way to go for complete sentences, long sentences. Nothing is needed. Only short phrases enough. Isn't it completely easy? So, taking all the important points and preparing such a rough note in a beautiful, acceptable way. This is what we call note making. Now this prepared notes are out of one chapter that we know, but in the examination you will have an unseen passage, you read it down, you understand it, and you prepare a note on that like this. Fine. 4 marks were in your pocket. Now we have prepared the notes, and in that note we have included some abbreviations, some short forms and all. In examination, for the examination point of view, after preparing these notes, you need to show their explanations. Definitely you might be using some 6, 7 or 8 abbreviations in it, and those abbreviations are to be explained later. After this notes, the abbreviation explanation should be shown only in examination point of view, like this. Abbreviations used: 1. GM, grandmother. 2. And symbol, and. 3. KS, Kushwant Singh. 4. T point, turning point. 5. BCOZ, because. 6. At. 7. Symbol, wheel. 8. R station, railway station. 4 marks enough, but remaining 4 marks it's there. What is that for? See, Our notes are ready. Now using these notes, these points, we are going to make a small paragraph of some 10 sentences. Which means we are going to write a small paragraph, complete sentence, grammatically correct sentences with the help of this prepared notes. Which means we are going to make a brief up of this chapter. Some 10 sentences. Writing a small paragraph of 10 sentences with all the grammatical perfection, spelling perfection is called summarization. For preparing such a small paragraph of 10 sentences, we are getting remaining 4. This one sample. Say the sample. Summarization. In his early childhood, Kushwant Singh's grandmother, who was a bent and prayerful lady, would wake him up and prepare him for school. She accompanied him to school and fed those village dogs with chapatis. City life brought in a turning point in the relationship since she couldn't help him with his studies. Being hateful to city schooling, Grandma spent time with the spinning wheel and feeding sparrows. When Kushwant Singh went abroad, an unsentimental grandma just kissed him. Kushwant Singh was fearful about Grandma's state, but she was very much alive even at his return. But later, she stopped praying and started singing songs. When taken ill, she lay peacefully for a couple of hours and had a silent death. Even the sparrows mourned over her death by not pecking any edible thing over there. Fine. Now you ask me, sir, what else is there? Ask me. So what is next? Nothing. It's over now. But remember one thing, just watching, viewing this video in this way and feeling that we are okay with not making summarization will be a foolish decision. Until you do it by yourself, sorry, there is no way of scoring this 8. So next thing is all about to get masters over this. For that you do this. Just close this video, keep your mobile or lap away, take your hornbill textbook, come to that first chapter, portrait of a lady. Then take your second notebook, not question answer notebook, activity notebook, take it out. Then now use it. You prepare notes with the help of the chapter which is open in front of you. Remember to make use of some abbreviation short forms also. You'll be able to do things better than what I could. Try. Then also remember to explain those abbreviations used after this prepared notes. Then go for summarizing. Write some 10 sentences, 100 words. So that is summarization. If you feel yourself doubtful only, you may revisit this video. But I don't think you will have to. You will be able to. And being the first time doers, just don't get much bothered about the imperfections. Okay. Perfections, imperfections, it depends. Because you are doing it for the first. Prepare a set of notes and show the abbreviations. Prepare a summary also. Take a pic, send me. Then I will say how far you have to go. Okay. So genuinely, honestly, sincerely, you do this work. If you don't feel like doing this, there is no use. You won't be able to do it at examination also. Please. I hope that my children will not deceive me by pretending that they are doing everything. You do it because this is rather very simple and it can help you even after you are plus 2. How? See, when you go for your graduation classes, post-graduation classes, because many of you people are going to be businessmen, you people are going to be MBA doers, MBBS or your so-called BTech courses, at that time those professors, lecturers will come to the class and they may give such a long lecture. At that time you won't be able to write everything down. At that time this not making capacity, not making skill will definitely help you. Again, you are going to a public platform, you are about to give a public speech. If you are preparing a beautiful note, a small piece of paper, you are just keeping that note on the podium and you will be able to explain everything without missing anything, because in between you can have a look at the note, but you cannot keep a long paper with everything written on it. Again, you are going to a library because you are going to be aspirants in your subject, definitely in the high classes. That time When you go to a library, if you read one chapter, if you prepare notes on it, you don't want to carry the long volume of book with you. You can just keep that paper in your pocket, come over here, and that paper piece will be helpful for you for your later references, studies, preparing for examinations and all. So in every such respect, this note-making summarization capacities are a must capacity, must skills for you people. This is simple but very useful. Be with this. So we'll see you next time with the next video. Thank you. Bye.